Very good morning, students, and most welcome in online classes. As you know that you are very well concerned with the fact that you are very familiar with the fact that in composition we have completed two chapters. In short composition we have completed two chapters, and the first one is your advertisement. The next one is notices, and as far as the matter of third one is concerned, invitations. These are going on, okay. And we have learned how to draw right invitation exactly in a formal informal way. And just after that I started your replies in an introduction way. You know that in introduction I taught you about that informal invitation reply. In formal invitation reply, the answer should be written in a third person, or in informal invitation replies the answer should be written in second and third person. It's a way to write the answers in replies exactly. Or as far as the matter of address is concerned, I told you that in last class, in formal invitation reply the address should be just after the subject matter, or in informal invitation reply the address should be before the subject matter. So right now I'm having the section number first, the replies. Before this we learnt only to write the invitation. Invitation at the very left corner. In invitation I mentioned the RSVP, and the meaning of RSVP is please respond, jawab de. And right now we are going to learn how to jawab de, how to respond a particular invitation exactly, okay. Question number one, don't forget that we are having the section of invitation replies right now. Reply jawab dene wala invitation हम लोग लर्न कर चुके हैं. शॉर्ट कंपोजिशन, इन्विटेशन रिप्लाई. सेक्शन नंबर फर्स्ट इज फॉर्मल इन्विटेशन रिप्लाई. वी हैव टू काइंड ऑफ रिप्लाईज इन आवर सिलेबस. द फर्स्ट वन इज आई टोल्ड यू फॉर्मल इन्विटेशन रिप्लाई, एंड द नेक्स्ट वन इज इनफॉर्मल इन्विटेशन रिप्लाई. इनफॉर्मल वी हैव एक्सेप्टिंग एंड डिक्लाइनिंग, और इन इनफॉर्मल वी हैव आल्सो द सेम लाइक एक्सेप्टिंग एंड डिक्लाइनिंग. सो राइट नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू हैव द सेक्शन नंबर वन इन रिप्लाईज. इट इज योर फॉर्मल इन्विटेशन रिप्लाई in accepting. Is this clear to students? In accepting. Right now I'm having the question number first in accepting. Question number first is you are Mr. and Mrs. Bharti. आप Mr. and Mrs. Bharti हैं. आपका नाम जो है आप Mr. and Mrs. Bharti. You should assume yourself as per the name or personality of the question. You are Mr. and Mrs. Bharti and you have been invited by your neighbor to attend their daughter's ring ceremony. और आपको जो आपके पड़ोसी के बेटी की रिंग सेरेमनी को अटेंड करने के लिए इन्विटेशन मिला है. डोंट फॉरगेट दैट वी आर हैविंग द रिप्लाईज राइट नाउ. We are having the second section of invitation exactly. It is invitation reply, formal and informal, औपचारिक अनौपचारिक, with accepting and declining. Accept करना और declining means मना करना with the reason. Right now we are having accept करना, okay, in formal invitation replies. So you are Mr. and Mrs. Bharti, आपका नाम Mr. and Mrs. Bharti, and you have been invited by invited by your neighbor, और आपको आपके neighbor के द्वारा invitation मिला है to attend करने के लिए their daughter's ring ceremony. उनकी बेटी की अंगूठी की रस्म है, उसको अटेंड करने के लिए इन्विटेशन मिला है. ड्राफ्ट ए फॉर्मल रिप्लाई. You need to draft a formal reply. The question is about reply. Don't forget that if there is an invitation, if there is only invitation card, then you should draw the invitation card in a card or letter format as per the demand of the question. Right now we are having formal reply, students, in accepting the invitation. So you need to write your answer formally and reply way in accepting the invitation, students, okay. So I'm going to have the answer of formal invitation reply accepting about the daughter's ring ceremony of your neighbor. So let's have your answer, but don't forget that you will not use the first person or second person in your answer at all, because it's a matter of grammar, it's a matter of rules and regulation to write formal replies. So let's have your answer of question number first. You should assume yourself Mr. and Mrs. Bharti. आपको assume करना पड़ेगा कि आप Mr. and Mrs. Bharti हैं. Okay, you will have lots of misconception like that. The answer is going to be in the third person. How is it possible? If we are Mr. and Mrs. Bharti, which use first person, second person belongs second person was another one, but we will not use first, second person at all in this answer. It's a rule to write invitation reply exactly. Okay, so let's see the answer. Mr. and Mrs. Bharti, and you have been invited by your neighbor, okay. Mr. and Mrs. Bharti thank Mr. and Mrs. Mehta for their kind invitation to attend their daughter's ring ceremony that is going to be held on December 20 cross at 6 p.m. in Hotel Royals Moon, Vaishali Nagar, so I mentioned date, time and venue. Okay, Jaipur. They have great pleasure in accepting the invitation they have great pleasure in accepting the invitation and confirm their presence at the venue of the scheduled time. Venue of the scheduled time. Next is full stop, one line space. Okay, one line space. I'm erasing it. Just have one line space, then address B22 Ganesh Nagar, Jaipur. The ring ceremony will be on 20th of, okay, December 15, 20 cross. Okay, students, December 15, 20 cross. Now close your answer. So it's about your basically formal invitation reply in accepting. So let's have your answer. We'll understand that the basic concept behind writing the answer. Okay, formal invitation reply. Don't forget that मैं यहाँ पर अभी replies में formal invitation replies का first section ले रहा हूँ. It is accepting. And the next one is declining. So we'll have first three question of accepting, then and the next three question will be of declining. Okay. So let's learn how to write the question of a formal reply is accepting. Students, it's an answer of accepting. Mr. Mrs. Bhati, already it is mentioned in your question. Mr. Mrs. Bhati, you have to assume yourself Mr. Mrs. Bhati. Mr. Mrs. Bhati, thank, धन्यवाद देते हैं because subject is plural, Mr. and Mrs. दो हो गए यहाँ पे, subject plural है. That's why I have used a plural verb here instead of thanks. Instead of thanks, I have mentioned thank because the subject is plural, that's why verb will be plural as per the subject verb agreement. So Mr. Mrs. Bharti thank Mr. and Mrs. Mehta. वो ये कौन है? आपके नेबर है. Mr. Mrs. Bharti जो धन्यवाद देते हैं Mr. Mrs. Mehta को, किसको? Mr. and Mrs. Mehta को for their kind invitation, उनके kind invitation के लिए, उनके सौहार्द भरे निमंत्रण के लिए to attend their daughter's ring ceremony, उनकी पुत्री के ring ceremony को attend करने वाला निमंत्रण के लिए धन्यवाद देते हैं. Ring ceremony, that is or which is, that is or which is, that is going to be held, जो होने जा रही है. Ring ceremony that is going to be held, जो होने जा रही है on December 2020 cross at 6 p.m. इतनी तारीख को 2020 cross I have mentioned cross because as for your comfort level, because the board examination will be held next year, so mention the year as per your session. Okay, December 2020 cross 2020-2021 लिख देना अपने हिसाब से at 6 p.m. शाम को 6 बजे in Hotel Royal Moon. कहाँ पर? In Hotel Royal Moon. कहाँ पर होगा? Hotel Royal Moon. तो आजकल शादियाँ, रिंग सेरेमनी, बर्थडे पार्टी होटल्स में होती है, बड़े बड़े होते हैं होटल्स. ये कहाँ पर है? वैशाली नगर जयपुर में है. You have mentioned as per the invitation card or everything in your answer. They have great pleasure in accepting the invitation. उन्हें बहुत ही खुशी हो रही है. किन्हें खुशी हो रही है? They basically the third person I have used for the subject like Mr. and Mrs. Bharti जो आप खुद हैं. That is the beauty of this answer, that you will not allow to use the first and second person at all. होना क्या चाहिए? We have great pleasure. होना चाहिए we have great pleasure. Instead of they, we should mention we have. Okay, we have great pleasure. We have होना चाहिए ना? Grammatically we have होना चाहिए, but it's a rule of formal invitation implied that the answer should be written in third person. Okay, so they have great pleasure in accepting the invitation, because the question actually is of accepting, so that's why I mentioned accepting here. So they have great pleasure in accepting the invitation and confirm their presence at the venue of their scheduled time. They have great pleasure in accepting the invitation. उन्हें invitation को जो है accept करते हुए बहुत ही प्रसन्नता हुई है invitation and confirm their presence at the venue, और अपनी presence को confirm कर दे कहाँ पर? At the venue कहाँ पर है? It is in Hotel Royal Moon, वैशाली नगर जयपुर, of the scheduled time, दिए गए scheduled time के अंतर्गत वो अपनी presence को confirm करते हैं. It's a way to write formal invitation reply, but don't forget that you will not use first person at all. Even for you should proceed the answer with the third person. It's a way, or it's a rule to write the answer in reply, okay, or invitation formal invitation reply. Is it clear, students? Okay, don't forget that. Confirm, I have mentioned confirm instead of confirms because they, plural subject we have, so confirm will be used. Okay, confirm, confirm, okay. Confirm, they have great pleasure in accepting the invitation and confirm their presence, अपनी presence को confirm करते हैं at the venue of the scheduled time पर दिए गए venue पर. Okay, जो venue है जहाँ पर ring ceremony होनी है और जो time दिया है उसके हिसाब से हम मतलब they stand for मतलब हमारे लिए आ रहा है. They confirm their presence, वो अपनी presence को confirm करते हैं and confirm their presence, अपनी presence को confirm करते हैं at the venue पर of the scheduled time. And then just leave a one line space. I told you that. Okay, one line space here. Then mention your address. In some books you will find that the address is not given. Address you would not be given there because they have mentioned the invitation as per their own way. But it's a rule to write the address. सामने वालों को क्या पता लगेगा कहाँ से आया? सामने वालों को क्या पता लगेगा? Mr. Mrs. Bharti तो more than one हो सकते हैं. Mr. Mrs. Bharti more than one possible है. Because in Indian caste system we have lots of title, we have lots of caste, we have same caste also. Okay, तो lots of titles with similar form can be possible. तो यहाँ पे एड्रेस जानना पड़ेगा कहाँ से जवाब आया है. ओके, सामने वाले को द रिसीवर जो रिसीवर है उसे पता रहना चाहिए कि किसने भेजा है B21 गणेश नगर जयपुर से December 15 को आपने इन्विटेशन लिखा था, वो तारीख है भेजने की आपकी, 5 दिन पहले आपने रिप्लाई दे दिया ऐसा कि मैं आऊँगा, पक्का आऊँगा, मेरा प्रेजेंस कन्फर्म है. इज द क्लियर स्टूडेंट्स? इट्स ऑल अबाउट हाउ टू राइट बेसिकली formal invitation reply. So let's start question number 2 of the same series of question. Question number second. You are Mr. and Mrs. Khanna, and you have been invited by the Lions Club of your society to attend a seminar on child labor and fundamental rights. And fundamental rights, on child labor and fundamental rights. Draft or write, draft a formal reply, or we can say draft a formal invitation reply. Okay, draft a formal reply. In short, I am writing formal reply. Draft a formal reply in accepting the invitation. Okay, let's have the answer of the same question. So question number second students, question number second is you are Mr. and Mrs. Khanna. Already बता दी गई आप सभी को, you are Mr. and Mrs. Khanna and you have been invited by the Lions Club of a society. Lions Club, okay, Lion नहीं Lions है, plural है. You are Mr. and Mrs. Khanna, आप है जो Mr. and Mrs. Khanna है, and you have been invited by the Lions Club of a society. आपके society के Lions Club, it's the name of club only. It's the name of committee, it's the name of organization, उसका नाम है केवल. Just forget about the Lions Club at all. Lions Club है वैसा का वैसा डाल देना, and don't write anything at all about the Lions Club. Okay, so you are Mr. and Mrs. Khanna, आपका नाम Mr. and Mrs. Khanna है, and you have been invited by the Lions Club of your society. आपको अपनी सोसाइटी के Lions Club के द्वारा invitation card मिला है to attend a seminar, एक सेमिनार अटेंड करने का, एक सेमिनार अटेंड करने का एक इन्विटेशन कार्ड मिला है. किसके द्वारा? आपकी सोसाइटी के लॉयंस क्लब के द्वारा. ओके, इन क्वेश्चन द एग्जामिनर एक्जैक्टली ओके विल यूज द सेकंड पर्सन easily as per the grammatical norms, but don't forget that in your answer the same will not be used at all. Okay, to attend a seminar on child labor and fundamental rights, कि बाल श्रम पर और मौलिक अधिकारों पर एक सेमिनार होने जा रहा है, उसमें उसको अटेंड करने के लिए आपको मिला एक इन्विटेशन कार्ड. ड्राफ्ट ए फॉर्मल रिप्लाई, एग्जाम में ऐसे अंडरलाइन कर लेना, द क्वेश्चन इज ऑफ फॉर्मल रिप्लाई. ड्राफ्ट ए फॉर्मल रिप्लाई इन एक्सेप्टिंग. ओके, डोंट फॉरगेट दैट द सेम क्वेश्चन विल बी आस्क्ड इन डिक्लाइनिंग टू. Okay, in spite of or instead of like formal reply, the examiner will mention like draft a formal reply in declining the invitation. So just don't forget to confirm, okay, with the help of your pencil, and just underline the word declining or accepting first, so the answer will be based on the same word or same question. Okay, so draft a formal reply, draft a formal invitation reply in accepting the invitation. About I have mentioned formal reply just to reduce the word invitation here. सो ड्राफ्ट अ फॉर्मल रिप्लाई इन एक्सेप्टिंग द इन्विटेशन के इन्विटेशन को एक्सेप्ट करते हुए आपको फॉर्मल रिप्लाई इसका लिखना है. ओके, एज फार एज अ मैटर ऑफ एड्रेस कंसर्न, आई हैव मेंशन्ड द रीजन बिहाइंड दैट कि लॉस ऑफ टाइटल कैन बी पॉसिबल, सो दैट यू शुड मेंशन द एड्रेस जस्ट टू द comfort level of the receiver. Okay, so let's say the answer will remain the same as far as I have mentioned question number first, but the title of the event or seminar and venue, timing and everything will be different. Okay, let's have it now. You are Mr. Mrs. Khanna. Write down. Mr. Mrs. Khanna, thank the Lions Club for their kind invitation to attend a seminar on child labor and fundamental rights. That is or you can also mention which is, that is going to be held, on November 15 Anti-Cross at about 10 a.m. in Delhi Public School, Ajmer Road, Jaipur. Okay, they have great pleasure in accepting the invitation and confirm their presence at the venue of the scheduled time. There are one line space, students. Okay, one line space here, then C22. प्रकाश नगर, जयपुर, November 10, 20 cross. Okay. In a board examination, you will mention November 10, 2021. Maybe the November will be held in future time, but you have to mention the date of your session or board examination. It will be more comfortable for all of you. It's looking good. So let's say we answer students again, okay, as question number 1. So students, we have right now question number 2 of formal reply, formal invitation reply in accepting. As I told you that you have been invited by the Lions Club of your society के आपके society के Lions Club के द्वारा जो है invitation मिला है to attend a seminar on child labor and fundamental rights after formal reply in accepting the invitation students. Okay, very easy answer. Invitation reply को difficult कोई job नहीं है, इसमें बहुत ही simple से words होते हैं. Just mention a date, time and venue, your name, and the answer should be in third person, and just mention your confirms for the invitation, then everything will be well. There is no problem. Okay, only 4 to 5 lines you have in your answer. Okay, just to have your answer in about 50 words. So Mr. and Mrs. Khanna already mentioned the question. If it is not mentioned, you can write the same as per own way. So Mr. and Mrs. Khanna thank धन्यवाद देता है. I told you that the subject is plural, that's why I have used thank instead of thanks. Thanks कब आएगा? When will use only Mr. Bhati. Supposed to be if only Mr. Bhati is here, if only singular subject is here, then you will use your singular verb like thanks. Okay, so Mr. and Mrs. Khanna thank the Lions Club को धन्यवाद देते हैं for their kind invitation, उनके kind invitation के लिए. But you will ask the question, sir, there कैसे possible है? Because club is a non-living being, so there should be a it's like that. Okay, जो pronoun आपका use होना चाहिए यहाँ पे वो it's होना चाहिए, but I have used there for their kind invitation. It is because when you assume the non-living objects or non-living thing like club, committee, okay, as non-living, then it will proceed with the 8. It will proceed with the 8. But if we assume as the number of members of that certain club, committee or organization, then it will proceed with there. Is it clear, students? There, THEIR, there. तो अगर members को denote कर रहे हो तो there आएगा. If you are denoting your basically your answer to club, committee or organization, then your answer will proceed with it's आएगा तब वहाँ पर. तो ग्रामेटिकल नॉर्म्स अगर नॉन लिविंग है तो इट्स लगा देना. अगर एज्यूम कर रहे हो उसको, अगर मेंबर से कर रहे हो, देन योर आंसर विल प्रोसीड विद देयर. सो मिस्टर मिसेस खन्ना एक रूल है ग्रामर का, टू यूज बेसिकली लिविंग एंड नॉन लिविंग कमिटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन लाइक दैट. सो मिस्टर मिसेस खन्ना थैंक द लॉयंस क्लब फॉर देयर काइंड इन्विटेशन. कि मिस्टर मिसेस खन्ना धन्यवाद देते हैं लॉयंस क्लब को फॉर देयर काइंड इन्विटेशन टू अटेंड अ सेमिनार. एक सेमिनार अटेंड करने वाला जो इन्विटेशन है कब, किस चीज़ पर? ऑन चाइल्ड लेबर एंड फंडामेंटल राइट्स पर. दैट इज गोइंग टू बी हेल्ड, विच इज़ गोइंग टू बी हेल्ड ऑन November 15, 20 क्रॉस एट अबाउट 10 AM, लगभग सुबह मॉर्निंग में 10 बजे इन दिल्ली पब्लिक स्कूल अजमेर रोड जयपुर. इस स्कूल के अंदर. ओके, they have great pleasure. They stand for Mr. and Mrs. Khanna in third person. They have great pleasure in accepting the invitation. Invitation को accept करते उन्हें बहुत ही प्रसन्नता हुई है. And confirm because of plural subject, and confirm their presence at the venue of the scheduled time. और scheduled time पर और venue पर जो scheduled time है, and confirm their presence at the venue. और venue पर जो है अपनी presence को confirm करते हैं ऑफ द शेड्यूल टाइम वाली. जो भी टाइम मेंशन किया आपने 10 o'clock का, और जो वेन्यू आपने यहाँ मेंशन किया DPS दिल्ली पब्लिक स्कूल का, उस पर आने की अपनी प्रेजेंस को कंफर्म करते हैं. इट्स ऑल अबाउट योर इन्विटेशन रिप्लाई फॉर्मली स्टूडेंट्स. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, दैट्स इट. द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग टू नो दैट जस्ट मेंशन दे, थर्ड पर्सन. इफ यू आर राइटिंग योर नॉन लिविंग लाइक क्लब्स, organization, committee like that as a non-living, then it will proceed with it's. Okay, it's then if you are denoting the same club as members, as a whole member, the same will proceed with there. Okay, as a living being, as a living objects, we can say that. And the next thing which is very important to write in invitation reply in accepting students formally, they have great pleasure in accepting the invitation. line common use करना कोई problem ही नहीं है कि उन्हें किन्हें Mr.